Guys, what's up? It's Destry. Welcome back to my greenhouse today. Today I'm going to be working on a project where I am kind of tearing apart some old succulent mini gardens and sort of reimagining those and potting them back up. So we'll be talking a little bit about succulents, how to propagate succulents, how to care for them, and let's get going on this fun project today. So if you haven't seen kind of part one of this video, I will link it in the description down below. Basically, I did kind of a clean out day of my greenhouse, and during that process, I realized I had a lot of succulent, kind of these mini fairy gardens. So I'm going to put in a little bit of footage where I kind of take you through the different fairy gardens and kind of mini gardens that I had, and then I will show you what I'm going to do with them once I deconstruct them. So here's that clip for you. All right, planty friends, so we can check out here what's going on and what my project is today. So basically what I have here is a lot of different succulents. Some are things that have been rooted in already. Some are things that are still in nursery containers. And, you know, most are in pretty good shape, but it's just kind of a hodgepodge. It's like a hodgepodge of different containers. What I used to be really into is making like fairy gardens. So here's an example of one of those I've made in the past, and it's super cute. That one in particular is looking pretty good, but I like this look of like things really packed in there tight. But what I have is just a lot of really small containers with, you know, some that aren't looking so great. This one's losing quite a few leaves here in the winter, which is, you know, kind of normal for succulents that are in my greenhouse, which right now is only, well, it's a little over 50 degrees in here, so it's pretty chilly for succulents. Some of them are stretched. So this one here is an example of one that I could cut here, get rid of some of this dead, decayed stuff, and, you know, repot this in a better way. Here's another example, just to kind of tidy it up. But I do have like a pretty good collection of succulents. Now I do have some that are struggling with a little bit of mildew, so I could choose to omit them from the collection, kind of get rid of them, which is probably what I'll do just to make sure that doesn't spread to the healthier plants. Or, you know, I could try to treat this with some kind of antifungal spray. These two are cressulas, which are a type of, they're actually in the jade family. Cressula is part of the jade family. And so they're looking pretty good, but like I said, they could probably benefit from coming indoors this time of year. Here's a good example of one that the soil is, you know, it's a little, I don't know, it could be freshened up. And I don't like the way this is looking. Like, you can see all the dirt. I feel like things could be tighter in there. So I haven't really worked on my succulent collection in quite a while. Here's another example of, you know, one that's kind of losing leaves this time of year, some squishy leaves that are kind of rotting. Again, I could probably just trim this one up and reroot that so it has a cleaner look. This one back here is struggling with some mildew. You know, this one, you can see the potting mix has settled, and so this is kind of popping up. So basically just, you know, a lot of reasons I want to work on this collection today and sort of get it looking a little tidier. So if more of them could look a little bit more like this pot, I would be a little happier. And again, it's kind of the dead of winter, like kind of the wrong time of year to be doing this, but here's the pot that I purchased, and I got this at Walmart. I thought it was really pretty. And I've got my cactus mix, and I do have some little, you know, like fairy things that I've thrifted at like Goodwills and stuff, little figurines and stuff. And like I said, I used to be really into making these sort of things, but I don't know, I might be kind of over that vibe. So anyway, I think my plan today is to just kind of curate this collection a little bit more, you know, pare it down a little bit, do some editing, and then really just pick the plants that are, you know, looking the best and try to tuck them in and make them look a little bit more tight. And I might try to omit some of these more funky kind of thrifted containers, although I do kind of like this one. That one's looking pretty good. So I don't know, that's just kind of what I'm going to work on today. And yeah, so basically I'm going to pull these out or kind of deconstruct some of these. I'm going to put all of the succulents just sort of in a box and then basically reconstruct into this pot to start with. And then I do have another kind of like shallow pot that I might also use, but I think I'm going to start with this white one. And that will also provide a lot more room, because you can see half of my greenhouse shelf here is taken up with these succulents, and it's a bit much. I need some more room in here for some other things. So that's what I'm working on today. I'm gonna go ahead and get to it, and I will show you the progress as I go. Right, so I didn't film the deconstructing part because I figured that's maybe a little bit boring. I don't know. Tell me in the comments if you wanted to see that. But I did just kind of want to show you what I ended up with. So I actually cut some of these, you know, cut some of them off. I dug some of them up, and I'm going to do quite a bit of grooming. So any ones like this, I'm going to take off all of that brown on these little echeverias. I think that's what those are. Chicks and hens is another name for those. I've got some jade. I don't know what this is. It looks like it's kind of in the aloe vera family or something. These are beautiful. I love these little fuzzy ones, but I did trim that whole plant back and just kept kind of the tops. So that's one thing you can do if your succulents are starting to get stretched. Just cut them and kind of get rid of this bottom part, and then you can just push this part into the dirt and it will just reroot for you. So these are my kind of bigger ones over here. This one you can see has a bunch of little babies, the little tiny ones, but it also has a little bit of that powdery mildew. So I'm deciding if I'm going to try to save that one. I think I will. I do have a couple that are new in pots, but these are the ones I deconstructed. I did reuse most of the potting soil that was in good shape, but I did take out any clumps of like roots or any debris or anything like that. And I probably will mix some fresh soil with this soil, but to save money, I did go ahead and reuse quite a bit of the soil. I did keep my little fairy garden one, and I have some room here. I'm going to pop in something else here, but like here's a good example where I could actually trim this off and sink it back down in to get rid of that sort of trunk look, I guess. I don't know. I kind of like it for this particular little fairy garden. I think it's really cute. I did pull out all my little fairies and doodads and stuff just so that I can have them out of the way while I'm, you know, planting in a few more things to try to fill it up a bit more. And everything else over here is kind of good. I mean, like I said, I deconstructed a bunch of things. I do have this kind of funky thrifted little pot. I might redo this one just because I don't know what else I would use it for. And then over here, this is an old bucket that I found, and I liked the wood handle, so I spray painted it gold. I used to be really into gold. This is a copper bucket that was my husband's. And so I think these two I'm gonna keep and, you know, replant up. And then I do have this shallow planter too, if I need that much room. What I'm gonna try to do is focus on this one, the, sorry, I'm spinning pretty fast, the fairy garden here, maybe this one, and maybe this one. I don't know. It depends. I really want them to be tight in there, and I want it to look really, really full. So I will film that part. Right now I have to go pick up my kids from school, but I'm going to come back and work on this either later today or tomorrow. So it could be that I don't need this whole planter. I don't know. That's kind of what I bought it for. I think if anything, I probably will not use this one. We'll have to see. I mean, I think I have more than I think I do. You know what I mean? And I do like these two kind of thrifted containers that are a little bit bigger. Now these don't have holes either, so just be a little wary of that. You really should have containers that have holes if you're dealing with succulents. But I do find that succulents are so easy to work with because you can do things like this. You can kind of tear them apart, you can cut the roots, you can flip them back together, and they really bounce back really nicely, especially in the spring. You know, I'm doing this in the winter just because that's when I have time to do it. And I think they'll do okay, but they're probably not gonna do anything much until the spring hits, and then they will really start to, you know, grow. But I'm not gonna leave a lot of room for growth is what I'm saying. I'm gonna really try to pack them in there tight so that I get a nice full display. So anyway, that's what I'm doing. That's what I got done so far. And more to come on this project as we continue to revamp the succulents. So now that I have everything kind of deconstructed and I have all my little pieces of succulents here in this box, it's now time to sort of reimagine these little mini gardens, mini succulent gardens, I guess. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on this and try to video this process for you. So maybe it will give you some inspiration to work with succulent plants. They are really fun to work with, and something kind of fun to do even in this time of year where it's not very warm out. If you have some space indoors to have some succulents, or maybe some grow lights, or even a sunny window, you can still be pretty successful with these kind of plants. So let's get going on this. So as I was filming the video of me showing you how I was redoing my succulent planters, my camera decided to die on me. So I apologize I didn't get everything in the video, but let me go ahead and show you the result of sort of redoing some of my succulent planters today. All right, friends, so here is what I ended up with, and I have to say I'm very happy with the consolidation of my collection. I really, went through and just tried to make each planter really full looking. Now that does mean that some of my plants are, little babies. I did also include a few that I'm hoping that will root of different varieties that I really, really like. But I think they look so great. So I definitely added quite a bit more to each of these planters. I love this little fairy garden. It's so cute. And I did keep my little kind of treasure box one in the found container because I really did like the way that that looked. So instead of having kind of a jumbled collection, I feel like this is now more streamlined and more beautiful, and you can really appreciate each different kind of succulent that's mixed within the same planter and the different colors and textures that they have. I wish I could tell you the names of all of these, but what I would say is if, you're interested in succulents, just go get yourself a few and make your own little collection. Make your own little fairy garden or, mixed container of succulents. It's really fun. It's kind of like flower arranging, but, different, but it's very creative and just a really fun process. So hopefully you liked checking out, me kind of doing this today, and it gave you some inspiration and some ideas. So thanks for checking out this video today. I hope that it gave you some ideas about how to work with succulents or how you could manipulate succulents if you're interested in them. I would give them a try if you've never done it before. They're super fun and easy, and I hope that you liked the video. If you did, please like and subscribe, and be sure to hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of my new videos. And if you need me, I'll be hanging out in the greenhouse. See you guys later. Bye.